So everybody, welcome to Cuentos Vaqueros. I'm here with Joe Frost, the man himself right here. We finally got him on. He's one of my inspirations. So I want to ask you a couple questions, and I want to start off with you. How did you get into bull riding? I mean, I know you grew up in a family of a lot of PRCA champions and such, and I just want to see from your end since you're well now taking over this whole thing.
Yeah, so, I growing up as a kid, for me, I didn't like my dad rode, and I mean, I remember going with him to pro rodeos. I didn't know that. I thought all adults rode bulls. Like I
Oh,
just
I
thought
see.
that was what you did when you grew up. So that was the perspective I came from, is I didn't really know there was anything else. And it was something that I loved, and so I was lucky enough to grow up immersed in it. Now that doesn't mean it was always easy for me. um I struggled and dealt with a lot of fear. It was really scary for me when I started, and had to overcome that. In fact, I don't think I ever would have been a bull rider if I wouldn't have had Josh, my brother. He was far less scared than me. In fact, my dad built us a buck and shoot and bought two Holstein calves for us to start out on, and it was mostly for me. I was probably 8 years old, and boy, I crawled in the chute on the first one, and I started crying. I didn't want no part of it. My dad's like, "Yeah, you don't got to ride. You can get out if you want." Okay, well, Josh says, "Let me on," and so Josh got on, and my dad held on to his belt loop, of course. Well, the calf outran my dad, and Dad pulled Josh off, and and of course Josh was mad about that. Well, I'm sitting back there like, oh, great. Now I have to do it, and little brother just did it. Um, and so then I did too. But uh, long story short, it ended up being, I spent the next 20 years of my life completely immersed in it. It was what I ate, slept, drank, and breathed every day. And I'm lucky enough now that that's still what I'm doing as a coach and getting to train the next generation and the current generation of bull riders.
Yeah, that's pretty good to hear. I mean, 8 years old, and then your brother stepping up too. You guys, I mean, you guys do the perfect duo. I went and saw a picture. I don't know how long ago it was. I saw it on a Tough Hedeman's website, I believe, and it was you and Josh in the back of his shoes, y'all together, looking at the camera. I was like, oh, look, y'all two are doing everything together. And I want to know, like, is that how it is? Like, are you guys like both of y'all supporting each other? Like, everything you guys do, do you guys look for each other's back?
Yeah, we do. We always have. We're only 3 years apart, and so we grew up riding together and working together on a daily basis. We went to college together, and then I he rodeoed with me in most of my whole career, and of course he's still going, but I still help train him, and we he comes over and we do barrel drills, and I go over and help him buck bulls, and every once in a while he gets me jacked up and I go work out with him. But yeah, and we're partners on the online school. Um, we still do. We still talk on the phone. If we're not together working together, we talk on the phone 2-3 times a day. We're pretty close.
I wanted to ask you, did you always like know that bull riding was to be the career that you wanted to take? Did you ever look at any other options before bull riding, or was it just kind of like how you explained to me earlier? You kind of struggled at first, but then like immediately fell in love with it.
Yeah, and I was in love with it before I struggled. But yeah, I knew I guess I knew that's what I was going to do. In fact, I remember when I was a senior in high school, I also knew I was going to graduate college with a 4-year degree. Like that was kind of a standard in our house. And so I knew I was going to college, but I really didn't know what I was going to study. And my dad asked me that, "What are you going to study?" And I don't know, like I hadn't thought about it. I was just planning on riding bulls. That was the only thing I'd ever thought of doing. Um, and so yeah, it's something I've been immersed in for. I'm 33 years old, and for the better part of 30 years, like that's been my world.
So, what college did you end up going to? And did you, well, you got the national college finals rodeo title, right, for bull riding too?
Yep, I went to Panhandle State University in Goodwell, Oklahoma, and I won the college finals in 2015, and then we didn't win the team deal that year, but we won. I was on a national champion team. I think we won it the year before that, um, in 2013. I guess I won it in 14. I
By
won the
14.
college finals in 14, and then our team won it in 13.
Oh, I see. So in 2014, you went to finals too, you won, and I wanted to ask, so when did you get into PRCA like as a whole, like the association? Like you had to be 18 years old. Did you immediately get into it, or did you start going to smaller rodeos first, or how was the deal with that?
No, I went straight from high school to the PRCA, but I actually I was 18 my whole senior year, and I didn't start pro rodeoing until right after I graduated high school. I think I went to two pro rodeos right before the high school state finals my senior year. And I rodeoed, mostly circuit rodeoed that summer and made the circuit finals. And then the next year I went to quite a few more. I stayed on my permit for 2 years, and then it would have been 2013 was my rookie year. And I didn't make the NFR my rookie year. I think I finished 20th, but then I made it the next 5 years in a row to the NFR.
And whenever you were in college, did you have any rivalries like amongst your other like not teammates, but like the other people who were in the same deal with you, and not just in the same deal with you, but with like other team members, not team members, but like other teams? Did you ever have any rivalries or like you guys trying to one up each other?
Oh, I don't know if you could say it was quite like that, but like uh by the time I think when I was well, it would have been my junior year that Sage Kimsey and I was the first year we both made the NFR. And so him and I won first and second in our college region. And he won first and I won second. And then I won the college finals and he won second. And then we each won our circuits. I won the wilderness circuit and he won the prairie circuit. And then we won first and second at the NFR. He won the world and the NFR average, and I won second in the world and second in the average, which I thought was pretty cool. We was both from the same college region, and we basically won first and second in every major bull riding association available that year.
From the 5 years that you went to the NFR, to you, what was the most memorable year to you? Like, what is something that you accomplished in a year that stood out from the rest of the NFR times you went?
I think the first one did. Um, I went into the first NFR. I think I went in 11th or 12th. And at that point in my career, I hadn't ridden many bulls that were, like the unrideable type, the
Mm-hmm.
the bull of the year caliber bulls. And I rode three bulls there that year that were far better bulls than what I'd ever ridden before. And so it was really a moment where I leveled up quite a bit and really realized what I was capable of, and kind of set up the rest of my career. And that was the last year I ever tried to make the NFR.
Mm-hmm.
That was never even a goal. After that, it was an expectation that I had for myself, and it was something that I knew was going to happen. Um, but I did have to work really hard mentally and physically to achieve qualifying the first year that I went.
Was there ever a bull that you thought that well that you wanted to ride, or a bull that ever gave you, well, I know all bulls give you a challenge, but one that you like were so determined to get on and so determined to stay on?
Yeah, there was, well, I mean, two two that I would say really stood out for me, that I was able to get rode eventually. One was Bruiser. The first time I got on Bruiser was at the NFR in 2015, and I'm pretty sure. I got bucked off halfway through the first jump.
Mhm.
Um, and then I got the opportunity to get on him again in like 2017 maybe, and at Rock Springs, Wyoming, and I rode him. And then the other one was Cross the Wyoming Line. He was Bull of the Year in 2014. Bucked me off in 2013, and it bucked off all of the top guys and bucked us all off pretty fast. And hadn't been ridden. And in 2016, I finally drawed him again at Castle Rock, and he was one that I had really set my sights on drawing him again because I knew that I could ride him, and I did, and won the Extreme Bulls there in Castle Rock on him, and that was one that really stood out. You know, he was a bull that guys had really decided they didn't like getting on anymore. I mean, he bucked really hard and had a lot of drop, and was one that I had just decided I was going to conquer, and was able to do that.
Yeah, I mean Bruiser. I mean I've seen like a couple of his buck offs. I mean some people have that I've seen that have gone on, and I mean it's a pretty tough one. I mean I can't lie. I mean I don't have experience myself to say, oh my God, I've been on Bruiser, but I mean from what I see, like it's a really big challenge. Not just him, but like any other bull. It's like a challenge to get on. Do you
Yeah, and Bruiser, you know, Bruiser was for as rank as he was reasonably rider friendly. And what I mean by that is like when you do things correctly, he rides really smooth. Like it feels amazing. But also on the same note, if you make a mistake, he's going to punish you twice as bad for it, you know, or way worse. And you know, it's kind of like man hater right now. Like
Mhm.
Josh just wrote him the other day, and that was the same thing that we talked about. Like he knew that that bull was probably going to feel really good, but he had to do his job correctly because you make a mistake, and those kind they expose you tenfold. So, you know, what they're doing with the way that they're bucking, that is exactly what we train to ride. But if you hesitate or make a mistake, they make you look like you have no business getting on them.
Yeah, I get you. Your rides, I mean, you have a certain style. Like whenever I first watched your rides, it separated. Well, for me, it separated you from the rest. Like you have a very unique style. Like in my opinion, I feel like you ride like super smoothly. And like I wanted to ask, did you ever have like this person that you looked up to and wanted to ride like, or was it kind of you finding the way you wanted to ride?
Yeah, I did. I had several guys that I watched a lot. And one was Lane Frost, two Jim Sharp, Tuff Hedeman, Ty Murray, you know, Justin McBride. Those guys. I tried to take things from all of those. Denny Flynn. Um, those were kind of at one point or another. I really liked things that they did and would, you know, try to implement those into my writing. But yeah, I did role model a lot of those guys for different things that I thought that they did better than anyone else.
Whenever you were behind the shoots, I want to go back to Bruiser. How did you get your head in the game? Did you have any mental prep before? I know um, not bull riding itself, but the mental game is also a big part of it. What did you do to like get your head in the game, make sure you were straight and ready to get on?
Oh, like you ask about Bruiser specifically, and um, Bruiser, those two rides that I talked about, like those bulls were ridden. I didn't even need to get on them those days. Like it was done. You know, I had ridden them mentally. I had the picture in my mind. I knew exactly what it was going to feel like. I had rehearsed those rides to the point that you know, I knew it. You know, and that's something that like as a coach now is so important that any skill that I'm trying to teach or help somebody develop, it has to happen in their mind first. They
Did you
have to
enjoy? Oh, sorry,
see
sorry.
it
What was
or
I saying?
feel it,
Uh-huh.
and then they can do it. The mind controls the body. And at that point, by the time you get there and get on, you it's pretty well decided. Like your preparation beforehand is what's going to give you confidence and belief.
How do you feel now? Like, I mean, I don't know, you're not running bulls like before. How do you feel stepping down into coaching now, the new generation of bull riders? Do you enjoy it? Is there like a particular thing you like about coaching?
I don't, it's funny you say it like that. And I might have said it like that at one time too, but I don't feel like it's stepping down into coaching. It's for me, I was done with my bull riding career at 27 due to injuries and I'd had blood clots. But and it took a few years for me to find what I'm doing now, but it's pretty clear to me now that like this was my purpose was to ride bulls long enough that I had some credibility and some understanding of it at the highest level. But I truly this is my passion, and there's nothing that thrills me more than any moment. It may be a beginner who finally makes the whistle for his first time or stays on for 5 jumps and he's never made it to the end of the gate. As far as to watching Josh win a world championship last year, like those moments are, just as exciting for me as whenever I rode Bruiser or crossed the Wyoming line or won a go round at the NFR. Those moments are no less meaningful. And or for a calf rider that finally gets brave enough to ride through a calf that goes near the fence. Those things like when I can help somebody else make the connection and be successful and do the things that they want to do, that's it's almost realistically it's more rewarding than anything I experienced as a rider.
Yeah, something else that I wanted to ask you is, so how many of the schools have you outside of Utah? Because I know you're based in Utah, correctly, right?
Yep, we're in Randolph, Utah.
So have you gone out of Utah to go teach other schools? Like, what places have you gone to?
Yeah, this year, shoot, we went oh, I went to Quebec, Canada, um, done what, two in Texas, one in Louisiana. I've done several in Wyoming, uh, one in Colorado. Um, where else? We were. I've done them in Oklahoma before. Um, yeah, I've been out and about a little bit, and I like doing them. Other places I do, uh, but the thing about coming here is I literally the arena is specifically set up for bull rider training. Like we have a lot of buck and shoots. We can buck a lot of stock in a short period of time. And I've got all of my training, I've got my barrels, got the classroom, and then the most important part, I have the stock. Like I'm not in the business of raising bucking bulls. I'm in the business of training bull riders. And that's a completely different picture of stock. Um, I have any animal that any age, size, or level of rider would need at any given point in time, and I know them like the back of my hand, and I've got a guy that works for me that in the back pins, and I can literally, okay, this guy needs number 17, load him for gym next. Like I have that, I have the ability to put you on whatever you need whenever you need it. And if I feel like I'm short on something, well, I'm at the sale barn the next Friday and we're gathering some stock up, or I'm making phone calls and getting something gathered up. And I think that's one of the biggest parts of learning how to ride. And I had this available to me. We lived on a ranch. We had cattle, all types of cattle at all times, the whole time I was growing up. And so that's what I really strive to do with our training camps is make sure that we have exactly what anybody would need regardless of their age, size, or level. and it takes quite a herd of stock, if you can imagine. I mean, the age range, I work with everybody from true beginners at any level to extremely advanced. I mean, we have bulls here that I mean, Josh just won the world last year. We have bulls that he trains on. And we have bulls that have been at the NFR in the last few years here, and all the way down to, something that a 16 or 18 or 22-year-old guy would need to get on and have an opportunity to have success on his very first ride, down to what a 6-year-old kid or a 5-year-old kid's first ride, or a very advanced 6, 7, 8-year-old kid, and all the way up through. Um, that's the value of coming here to Randelette is we have anything you need right here at any given time in the course of a 2 or 3 day training camp.
To you, do you think so what do you guys work on the most? Do you guys work on the physical game? I mean, a lot of working out, or do you guys work on the mental game a lot more? What do you guys focus on the most?
Well, all three aspects of it. We work on the person. We work on coaching the person who has to ride the bull. And that at a day at one of our training camps, we start the day with mental and physical training. That's a physical exercise, but it ends up being it's called a crucible, but it ends up being an accelerated learning experience for your mental game. And then after that, every aspect of it is tied to the mental game. But then we do skills and drills. Um, we actually train on the drop barrel and on the air bull extensively for, and basically until everybody's kind of at a point where they can move on. And then we go through the shoot procedure. And depending upon the level of training camp, I have 3 levels. But like at the level 1, there's high priority on safety, and actually knowing how to get your rope on the bull, get it put on correctly, pulling it correctly, taking care of yourself in the chute, and getting a clean out to where you actually have an opportunity to ride the bull. And then on get offs and even buck offs, how to actually land better so that you can get on the next one. And now there is a huge priority on riding them as well. That's obviously the name of the game. Um, but by the time you get to a level 2, like at that point, all of the shoot procedures should be completely routine for you, and the get offs to where we're literally focusing on leveling you up riding wise. But all 3 levels, we work all 3 things, mentally, physically. Well, I say 4 things: mentally, physically, spiritually, and skill.
What do you recommend for a bull rider who is not getting on bulls as much? Should he be working on, well, trying to find more practice pins? Should he be working on working himself out more? What do you recommend to a person like that?
Yeah, it depends on where he's at physically. Like you've got to be physically fit. That's a given. You have to be strong enough, flexible enough, mobile enough, and athletic enough to even do this. Um, so like you've got to take care of that. And then, doing the barrel drills, like if you've got our online training program, you doing all of the barrel drills and the air bull stuff to where that stuff is second nature to you. And if you've got a horse, you're spending time riding bareback saddle, whatever, spending time on live animals. And then if you got a place where you got a practice pin that has stock that suits your needs and your level, like absolutely, you're getting on as often as you can, and applying the fundamentals and mastering them.
I want to ask you, what is a message you would like to send out to bull riders who are just starting out and any other rodeo fan? Where can we learn more about you, the stuff you do, and what would you like to tell them?
Oh, check me out. I've got Instagram, official Joe Frost. Facebook is just Joe Frost. And then our website is frostlegacy.com. Uh, get to a training camp. get our online program and start doing the drills and skills and drills at home and start getting in shape to become a bull rider and then get here in person. And basically it's an accelerated learning experience. When you get here, we level you up as much as we can in the course of 2 to 3 days, and then what you do in between that and the next time you come is what's going to make the difference. If you get 1% better every day on your own, well, then you come here and you get 5% better or 10% better in a 2 or 3 day period. But we're as a sport, we're behind. The Bulls are winning, and there's been a lot of money and time and energy invested into Bulls, and not near as much time, money, and energy invested into developing riders, and it shows at the highest level of the sport and every level below that. And so it's time as a society of bull riders, we take ownership of our career and start training and get better and start winning the money, because they're really trying to pay a lot of money to bull riders, and they need more.
That's amazing. And I mean, what you guys do is something really good. I mean, went back and watched videos of you guys. I've even watched replays of Josh and you, and I try to mimic what you guys do on my burrow. And it's certainly safe to say that it's something really good and something really cool. And I like the fact that you guys are doing this because I mean, it's something amazing. You guys are bringing more people into the sport. And I remember watching back to PBR a couple years ago, there wasn't as much fans as there is now, and you guys have been a big part of that as well too, teaching new people how to ride, not just new riders, but the experienced ones as well. And I guess what you guys do is something really awesome.
Yeah, well, we'd love you have you at one of the training camps and get you leveled up, and then we'll be watching you on TV one day.
Hopefully, that's the plan, man. And thank you so much for this small amount of time. I really appreciate it. This means a lot to us. And anything you need, we're also here for you guys. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
This was Cuentos Vaqueros with Joe Frost, the man himself. Thank you, Joe.
Yep, thank you.
I'm gonna start the recording really quick. Nah, man. Thank you for real for the opportunity for the video. I mean, it was really awesome. And well, my dad, he's hiding behind. If you would like to come say something, hold on. I'll get him on the AirPod.
Hey, how are you?
One teléfono. There you go.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time with my son. And I ride bulls in the 90s here in Mexico. We're in the border.
Uh-huh.
We're in the border del Rio and Acuña. And I appreciate it, man. We follow you and we watch all the videos. And right now we got this new podcast with my son. And the name is Cuentos Vaqueros, Cowboy Tales. And we want to record all the stories from the big guys like you, sir.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Let me know if we can do anything to help you.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate it for real.
Okay. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Show up to ride them all.
Well, Joe Frost gets the rewrite. He's got misfire from Powder River. He's the last guy left. Only two guys have made qualified rides so far tonight.
This bull here is going to get a lot of air, and he's going to be real showy. And he should go left. And this bull, the further you ride him, the longer he bucks, the higher he's going to jump. And this bull's pretty fun to watch buck.
Joe Frost ready to go.
Get over there, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Here we come. Get that foot down. He's got him.
Attaboy. That was
Frost is 2 for 2.
That was a good bull ride right there.
Boy, and Joe Frost bringing everybody to their feet right here in round number 2. Gets the re-ride and makes it count.
Yeah, he does make it count right there. That was a good bull ride, and your round winner right there.
Yeah, no question. That was easy. One little mistake there at the end, let that foot get back and drove it back.
Okay, boys.
Whistle.
Well, he's a cowboy, and he's not going to get himself in a bad shape. He's not going to make a big mental mistake. Bull goes left. That is good. Just the opposite of what he's supposed to do. He's going to ride him leaderboard. You got to like this. You can't look any better, ride a bull any more in time than he just rode that one right there. Juicy fruit.
Joe Frost ready to go.
Get over there, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Here we come. Get that foot down. He's got him.
Attaboy. That was
Frost is 2 for 2.
That was a good bull ride right there.
Boy, and Joe Frost bringing everybody to their feet right here in round number 2. Gets the re-ride and makes it count.
Yeah, he does make it count right there. That was a good bull ride, and your round winner right there.
Yeah, no question. That was easy. One little mistake there at the end, let that foot get back and drove it back.